G'day everyone, my name's Nick Keukenmeester. I'm the Managing Director and co-owner of Heartland Wines in Langhorne Creek. And I'm standing here today with Ben Glaetzer, who's the co-owner and winemaker at Heartland, and also the owner and winemaker at Glaetzer Wines up in the Barossa Valley. We're really glad to be with you guys here today and tell you a little bit about what we're doing and why. We want to tell you about a couple of exciting wines that Ben's been making down in Langhorne Creek at Heartland. We have with us the Cabernet Sauvignon 2012, our Directors Cut Cabernet Sauvignon, which we've only recently been able to make because we got access to some really old and wonderful Cabernet Sauvignon vines dating to 100 years of age and over. And because of that, we also have a fantastic blend that we're incredibly proud of, but can only make a tiny amount of, and that's the Heartland One, which is a Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz blend.
Everybody knows Australia makes Shiraz, and I think most people know that in Langhorne Creek we make some pretty good Shiraz, some of the world's best I would say. What a lot of people don't really recognise is Australia, and in particular Langhorne Creek, can make some absolute world-class Cabernet Sauvignon. The Directors Cut Cabernet that we have here, that we're tasting, is 2012 vintage. And what we're looking for is real structure and richness and freshness. So it's a wine that is the elite of its company, I think, in terms of Australian Cabernets. Very, very small volume. We do sell quite a bit through Northern Ireland, and it's an amazing wine. It goes well with all sorts of cuisines. It's a wine I'm very proud of, and it has a huge following for us with the media around the world. It is rightly considered, and this is not very humble, but rightly considered to be one of Australia's best Cabernet Sauvignons.
This is going to be very unprofessional, but you're about to watch me drink this wonderful Cabernet Sauvignon very quickly. But there's a reason for this. Firstly, it's delicious. And secondly, I really want to show you the Heartland One. This is the 2013 Heartland One. It's only our second vintage of this wine. It hasn't been released yet, but we're about to release it, so it's a great time to show it to you. Now, Heartland One is, as I mentioned, a combination of Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz, the oldest and best vineyards in Langhorne Creek. And please keep in mind that Langhorne Creek has the oldest Cabernet Sauvignon vineyards anywhere in the world. We bring them together with great Shiraz to make Heartland One. The reason it's called Heartland One is very simple. There's an old song by The Who back in 1972, and Pete Townshend wrote in this song Bargain, "In life, one and one don't make two, one and one make one." So Ben and I, working together, make this wine. We bring Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz, two great grape varieties, together to make one great wine. We only make 500 six-packs. We don't make it every year. This is the finest wine we can make in Langhorne Creek, or he can make in Langhorne Creek, and we're going to try it.
This also is a very new release for us.
Yeah, Heartland One 2013.
It's a wine that has taken 120 years in the making for us. Given the vine age is on average around that 80 to 120 years old. It's a very special wine. A wine, again, I'm very proud of. As Nick said, very, very small quantities made.
We were only able to make this from 2012 because we got access to some incredibly old vineyards that we'd never been allowed to work with before. And it's because of that that we can bring together these really powerful flavours. All of the magic that Ben works in the winery is only possible when you're working with the best grapes. And when you can do that and bring a great winemaker together with some wonderful grapes, that's when you can make something really special.
But certainly if you get the opportunity for friends to have it and buy it and you can drink it, that's great. But if you have the opportunity and you see it in a store, then I would suggest strongly buying it, maybe buying 2 bottles, drink one to just see a real snapshot of what Australia can do, Langhorne Creek in particular, and then put the other one in the cellar because this will age for 20 to 30 years without any trouble.
We only make a tiny amount of it, but the whole point is very simple. We want you and people like you to understand how great the wines of Langhorne Creek can be. And by making a wine like this, a wine that will age, and a wine that will showcase the entire region, we're not just doing this for us, but for everyone in Langhorne Creek so that you can see all the hard work we put into it. Guys, thanks for listening and enjoy.
Cheers. No, no,